You feel like you're running a race with heavy weights tied to your ankles, but you can't quite figure out who put them there. You wake up every morning with a heavy sense of injustice, a lingering feeling that life is constantly conspiring against you. You find yourself constantly scanning your surroundings for the next person who will let you down, the next boss who will overlook your hard work, or the next partner who will misunderstand your heart. It's a weary, familiar narrative. You aren't just complaining, you're living in a psychological safe zone where your power is protected by your pain. But here's the truth you've been avoiding. The most comfortable cage is the one we build for ourselves out of our own history. When you adopt a victim mentality, you aren't just describing your reality, you are choosing a perspective that makes it emotionally easier to avoid the terrifying responsibility of your own agency. If the world is fundamentally unfair, and if everyone else is the villain in your story, then you never have to face the possibility that you might be the one holding the keys to your own cage. Let's pull back the curtain on the hidden patterns of this mindset. You might think this is a character flaw personality trait you were born with, but psychology suggests something much more complex. This is what psychologists call a survival scar. Research shows that a victim mentality often develops as a successful coping mechanism for actual lived trauma. In the past, identifying as a victim might have been your only way to survive an abusive environment or systemic injustice. It was a shield. It told your brain, I am not the problem, the environment is. The tragedy is that the brain is a master of habit. It keeps running that victim software long after the danger has passed. You are still using the shield of the past to protect yourself from the risks of the present because of the validation ecosystem. Subconsciously, you may begin to gravitate toward validation ecosystems, toxic work cultures, high-conflict relationships, or social circles that confirm your worldview. If you believe the world is unfair, you will seek out people who treat you poorly because their behavior provides the evidence you need to keep your narrative intact. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You choose the very environments that make you feel small simply because they feel familiar. And here is the part that feels uncomfortable, maybe even a little bit scary. Victimhood can be a weapon of manipulation. By adopting the role of the victim, you exert a subtle, often unconscious control over the people around you. When you're the victim, you force others to provide constant reassurance, care, and concessions. It allows you to avoid the work of growth. If you are always the one being wronged, you are never the one who has to change. You are the protagonist of a tragedy, and as long as the tragedy continues, you don't have to face the possibility of your own limitations. Let's look at how this is manifesting in your daily life right now. Look at your language first. This is level 1, the narrative. Do you find yourself using always or never language? They always let me down. I never get a break. Do you find that every former partner was crazy, every boss was evil, and every friend was disloyal? If every single person in your history is a villain, you have to ask yourself, what is the common denominator? Then there is level 2, the behavior. Do you experience decision paralysis? Because you believe you are at the mercy of everyone else's whims, you stop making choices for yourself. You feel frozen. You tell yourself nothing will ever change, and because of that belief, you stop taking the initiative to make it change. When something goes wrong, a missed promotion, a fight with a friend, what is your first instinct? Is it to look outward for a scapegoat or inward for a solution? If your first instinct is always, who did this to me? Instead of what can I do now, you are living in a state of psychological arrest. This leads to level 3, the impact. This is how it ruins your life. Constant self-pity erodes your self-esteem. It destroys your belief in your own agency. You begin to believe you are a leaf in the wind, powerless to steer your own ship. It taints your relationships. It turns you an emotional drain. People want to love you, but they eventually get exhausted by the weight of your perceived injustices. And perhaps most dangerously, it causes an emotional intelligence collapse. You become so consumed by your own pain that you lose the ability to empathize with the struggles of others. Your reality becomes distorted, a hall of mirrors where only your grievances are reflected. This is where the nuance lies. There is a massive difference between validating your trauma and staying trapped in a victim mentality. Validating your trauma means acknowledging, that happened to me and it was real, it hurt, and it changed me. Adopting a victim mentality means saying, because that happened to me, I am incapable of changing my present. One is a memory, the other is a prison. One is a fact, the other is a choice. The path forward requires what we call radical responsibility. It doesn't mean you take 100% of the blame for what happened to you. It means you take 100% responsibility for what you do. Now, start by identifying the 1% of blame you do have in every situation. Even if someone else was 99% of the problem, what was your 1%? Did you stay silent? Did you react poorly? Did you choose not to set a boundary? When you find that 1%, you find your power. You find the handle of the door. You have to break the loop. Start making agency-based actions. Small ones. Choose a different route to work. Say no to a request that drains you. Sign up for that class you've been putting off. You are retraining your brain to see you as a protagonist rather than a casualty. The goal isn't to pretend you were never hurt. You were. The scars are real. The goal is to stop letting your past be the architect of your future. The moment you stop being a victim is the moment you become the author of your own story. You have permission to let go of the weight. You have the right to be the one who decides what happens next.